the intriguing prospect of Aston Villa versus Liverpool. European champions of the early 1980s against the current European kings. So, Steven Gerrard and Olof Mellberg lead out their respective lineups in front of an expectant Villa Park crowd. Let's have a look at the lineups in full. There are changes for Aston Villa, but maybe not as many as might have been expected. Just two in the end. Milan Baros returns to face his old club after 6 games out with Achilles trouble. He replaces Luke Moore. J. Lloyd Samuel is left out. Gareth Barry switches to left back. And Eric Bakker, the Norwegian, starts in midfield. He's on loan from Leeds United. Hughes and Baumer are still injured. Lee Hendry returns to the bench. Liverpool make one alteration to the side that saw off Anderlecht pretty comfortably in the Champions League at Anfield on Tuesday. Djibril Cissé comes in for Peter Crouch. So in fact it's the same starting 11 that saw off West Ham in the Premier League last weekend. Steven Gerrard again given a position on the right side nominally. Fernando Morientes has recovered from a knee problem sustained while celebrating his goal against Anderlecht. Liverpool have had the upper hand in recent meetings between these sides. They're unbeaten in the last 8. Neither of these teams has made the desired impact yet in the Barclays English Premier League this season. But David Pleat, it's an eagerly anticipated game, this.
Yes, it's a game with two teams of a great tradition. Two established Premiership teams, won so much in their time and are playing at a great stadium. From a personal point of view, I'd like to see a game with some style and some creativity. Two teams who played rather cautiously this season for different reasons, but let's hope that we can see a game of true excitement and some good, plenty of goal chances.
Liverpool have managed 5 goals in the last week, a couple against West Ham, 3 on Tuesday night, put past Anderlecht. They were not perhaps the toughest opponents that they will meet in the Champions League this season. Milan Baros, who wanted to remain a part of proceedings at Liverpool, but decided ultimately that his best interests lay elsewhere. Herpia. Mellberg.
With Phillips playing on the right-hand side of Baros, he likes the inside right channel, the right-hand side of the field, probably more than Baros. Gallagher's gone across, he'll take the left side. The other night against Anderlecht, Gallagher played on the right side of Sami Hyypiä. They were both excellent and they really controlled the game for Liverpool from the back. Was able to play so confidently and so far up the field. They held a tight line and it gave Liverpool the opportunity to completely monopolise the possession.
There is Peter Crouch, 43 games and 6 goals as an Aston Villa player, but yet to score for Liverpool.
Yes, we'll speak about him no doubt as the game proceeds, and as you know, I had him as a young boy at Tottenham. His first experience of really open age football was I loaned him to Dulwich Hamlet, and now he's sitting on the bench for Liverpool, and so much has happened to him since.
Desperately hoping to open his account sooner rather than later. 792 minutes of action as a Liverpool player without a goal for Peter Crouch. Here's Delaney. Baros. Stephen Davis being pressed into service in a wide midfield position today. James Milner on the other flank to accommodate the arrival of Eric Bakker alongside Gavin McCann in the centre. It's Mellberg. Free kick given by Steve Bennett.
Yes, you talk about Davis. He was one of their few players who could hold his head up high after the game against Manchester City at the start of last week, when it was a very insipid performance, and now playing in a wider position, and James Milner on the left.
Thomas Sorensen, who's returned having ripped his back in the warm-up at Manchester City. Stuart Taylor stood in for him. Back goes Ridgewell. Villa with just one win in their last 7 English Premier League games, and only 2 all season. Both by a goal to nil against Blackburn and at Birmingham. David O'Leary wants something better to mark his 100th game as manager of Aston Villa today. Garcia. Morientes. Cissé's by the penalty spot. Here's Gerrard. Sissoko. Finnan. Xavi Alonso. And with the return and the shooting opportunity, put a yard wide by Luis Garcia.
Liverpool at their best, quick, fast passing at angles. Gerrard at the hub of it, comes in off that touchline and plays balls quickly, sets an example. Look at that, first time football, manoeuvre a chance and a good effort. That will set their tails up.
Gerrard, Xavi Alonso, Morientes. Falls for Barros now. Milner, through for Milan Barros. Good challenge. Jamie Carragher. Barry slides in, takes the ball. Jamie Carragher's intervention was crucial.
And he's shouting at Alonso there. They just gave him a little bit too much. You see Alonso allowed McCann to walk by him before playing that ball through, the clever ball through to
Barros.
Villa forward.
Yes, Barros was in there until the telescopic right leg of Carragher intervened.
Relatively quiet opening. The nearest opportunity nearly fashioned. That terrific challenge by Carragher. Shooting opportunities limited. It's very tight in the midfield area.
Yes, there was the one intricate piece of Liverpool passing, wasn't there, that ended with Garcia shooting narrowly wide, but that really has shone like a beacon as a piece of admirable, constructive football.
Barros should know Hippier and Carragher very well, of course, and just needs to probably look for a bit more movement, try and spin them and get behind the full-backs, because they do play a high line. Pace is important against them, because Kevin Phillips now can't do that particular role. He'll be hoping for 1 or 2 knockdowns today from crosses wide for Milner, and he'll hope that Barros gets on the end of them and he gets that half a chance, which is so adept at taking. But at the moment, it looks to me as though chances are going to be hard for Villa to manoeuvre today. They're going to have to take the chance when it comes.
Risa, caught late. Steve Bennett on the scene and brandishing a yellow card straight away. Gavin McCann.
Didn't quite get the ball, but he was inches away, and I don't think there was any intent there. And I think Bennett could have been a bit more liberal. He's put McCann under pressure now. Barry's already under pressure. You know, if you go in at the break with about 4 yellows, you've got a problem in the second half, and that does affect your thinking at half-time in terms of substitutions.
Luis Garcia. Cissé. Now Barros. With Milner breaking to his left, but was tumbled over. And the yellow cards beginning to come more frequently now. This will be the 3rd of the game, the first for a Liverpool player. Momo Sissoko.
Great energy, determined. The Liverpool fans like him, there's no question about that, and I think he's going to become a good replacement for Dietmar Hamann as time goes on.
Endeared himself to Liverpool supporters straight away by turning down Everton, of course, which is a pretty good start.
Yes, lost his way, didn't he, to the ground or something?
Apparently. Phillips. Here's Gerrard. Finnan. Sissoko. Challenge comes in from McCann, and he's won the ball cleanly. He's got Barosh ahead of him. Phillips the other way. Barosh. Taken down, free kick.
Well, he was just a little bit lucky to get that free kick there. Alonso back, but defending, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Manchester United recently and about their midfield. We'll speak about it later, but when you have forwards coming back to defend on the edge of their box, if they're not good defenders, if they're not good tacklers, you're susceptible to free kicks against it. It can cause you problems.
Opportunity knocks for Aston Villa. And it was a Villa head, that of Phillips, who glanced the ball wide.
Nice ball in, good pace, Milner. Well, clean contact, and I think Villa would have just got in front there. Didn't he rise well against Carragher?
Backer. Melberg, offside Delaney.
Well, the other evening, Liverpool caught Anderlecht, an inferior team, offside around 10 times. Already caught Villa offside. There's Harry Kewell, who enjoys that joke. I hope he'll feel happy when he's on the field, and the Liverpool supporters is giving them encouragement. But that's the face of the modern footballer. Being well paid, sitting on the bench.
And the hairstyle of the modern footballer as well, David.
I was told many years ago, don't comment on hairstyles. I don't know why someone made that comment. I think I made a comment in a game, and they said it's a personal thing, hairstyles.
Here's Davis.
But I agree with you.
Phillips. Flagged up.
Diagonal ball, you see. Hippier tells them, stand firm. Let them make the run behind us. Be brave.
Now no flag. Djibril Cissé for Liverpool. Good save. Sorensen stood firm. But Liverpool will feel that that was their opportunity to go in front. Front to back very quickly through Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, terrific chance. Good running off the ball. But Cissé could have got to the side of the ball and got that in the net.
Davis. Barry. McCann. Milner. Carragher in the way for Liverpool.
Much better play by Villa. Came from Barry playing in a more forward position.
Cross is deflected and then dealt with summarily by Gerrard. Melberg's header back in. Repelled by Carragher. Barry. McCann. And the effort from distance, comfortably wide in the end from Gavin McCann.
Just seen Sissoko twice since he's been booked, being a bit kindly in a couple of challenges. He's headed well there. When the ball comes down, there he is, just a little bit sluggish with that, goes to ground, but he must keep challenging, although he's got the yellow card.
McCann. Backer. Barosh. Phillips, cushioned back to Milan Barosh. Where it runs for Reina.
Did well, Barosh. Excellent reading of the game by the Liverpool goalkeeper. And a better movement in the half, a half in which defenders have definitely been on top.
Morientes. Snapshot. Just about it for the first half. First half which hasn't had too many clear chances. And there is the half-time whistle. An applause for the man who saved his team, Thomas Sorensen, when Djibril Cissé was played clean in. Jamie Carragher made one important intervention as well. There have been hints of better things to come from both sides. But the half-time situation at Villa Park is one of stalemate so far. The score: Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 0. Morientes and Gerrard get the second half going. Liverpool now playing from left to right, which means that Aston Villa will be attacking the Holt end in the second half. The end of the ground away to our left, where the majority of the more vocal Villa supporters tend to be housed.
Looks to me as though they may push Gerrard further up forward with Morientes, Cissé wider on the right, and I just feel that Risa can get forward more if he really pushes himself to do that. And Finnan too. I still believe Liverpool are good enough, if they really want to express themselves, to take this game, but Villa are very dogged.
First involvement of Zenden sees Ridgewell end up on the seat of his pants, but more importantly Liverpool with a throw. And Steve Bennett wants words. Just a ticking off for Liam Ridgewell. There was a little bit of afters with Zenden. Sissoko. Risa. Cissé won it. Goalkeeper didn't get a hand on it. Morientes. Fernando Morientes. And Sorensen, at the second time of asking, rather more successful.
That was a good low save. Morientes did well to get his shot in, but that ball was in the air such a long time. Sorensen knew he was in a difficult position, went a little bit early, was coming down as the ball was still in the air, and credit Morientes with that effort. Hopefully that will liven the game up a little.
Cissé. Oh dear.
But I don't think it will liven Cissé up too much. I just feel that he's not comfortable in that wider right row. He wants to play down the centre, he wants to race from the centre down the channels. Here we see Sorensen going up for the ball. Credit Cissé, he managed to get that ball back. And there's the quick feet of Morientes. Could well have been the first goal. Game's going through a slightly sleepy mode at the moment. Need to see some sharpness and some zip.
Ridgewell. Ambitious ball. He's found Davis. Barros. Block was by Carragher. Here's McCann. Now chance for Angel. Couldn't hook it goalwards. Now he might. Now was he held? Sami Hyypiä seemed to have hold of him at one point. Well, no great appeals.
You just listen to the crowd. It doesn't take a lot to get the Villa crowd behind them. They have to be inspired by the players, not the other way around. It's good play by Davis, I thought. Keeping going to the byline, getting that ball in the middle, and then Villa showing a little more determination. Although the challenge of Carragher was absolutely terrific, because Barros looked set to score.
Finnan bundled over. So Liverpool will be able to clear their lines with a free kick, but it was Angel to whom the ball fell inside the penalty area.
Davis keeps going well, and when he plays that ball, he picks someone out. Barros has the shot, blocked by Carragher. Then the defenders come out, trying to look for an offside decision, which didn't come. Carragher gets across him with his right foot, and then there's the question mark. Did Hyypiä, just for a briefest of seconds, hold his shirt?
Zenden. McCann. Milner. Angel. The ball. Davis. Delaney. Melberg. Barry.
Much better from Aston Villa.
Finnan. Gerrard. And now Crouch. Time to weigh up his cross. Oh, good save. Steven Gerrard struck it, and Sorensen got down well.
Lovely pass by Crouch. Same position as Cissé's got in once or twice in this game. There's Crouch, good footballing brain. Rather than cross the ball early, he waited. Clever dummy, looked up. Terrific save, low to the left, the hardest to take.
McCann. Davis. Angel. Hesitation from McCann. Still picking himself up from a previous challenge. Here's Steven Gerrard. Good work by Milner to delay him. Zenden. Peter Crouch!
It was a good chance, wasn't it? That was a clean, clear header. Oh, run for him. Nice ball by Zenden.
798 minutes without a Liverpool goal. For the throw. Davis. Carragher. Barosh. Dispossessed by Finnan. But for Peter Crouch, what an opportunity.
Yeah, it was a lovely chip for Zenden, completely defeated the near post area. He's risen well, maybe gone too early, he's got to get it down, and he scores.
Zenden. Delaney's clearance to Gerrard. Davis. McCann.
That is a difficult pass. Now Milner's a willing runner to get behind there in the right back area, but I have to say the reason he makes that run is to take the centre defender, Carragher, out, and for McCann to use the space that he leaves.
A third and final change by Liverpool. Djibril Cissé, who long ago could have ensured that this game would not be goalless at this stage, makes way. It'll be Harry Kewell for the last quarter of an hour.
Yeah, not running for Cissé, but Harry Kewell could come on and trick someone, and that could be decisive.
Glance at the watch, including stoppage time, perhaps 10 minutes.
Probably thinking of his after-match comments, beginning to go through his mind. Spoke last weekend at Manchester that the players were a little bit disturbed by the talk of a takeover.
Zenden. Crouch, now was he manhandled? Yes. Referee says penalty against Liam Ridgewell. And Liverpool have their chance with just 6 minutes of the 90 remaining.
That's the value of Crouch. Ridgewell wanting to get there, felt he might not get into the ball, and just stopped Crouch. He didn't have to do it, it was behind Crouch. It was a push. I think he's been a little bit unlucky, Ridgewell, really. It wasn't as though he was pulling him with both arms. He got one round his back. But I think it's crucial, this. And of course, Crouch will get the pleasure of winning the penalty.
More crucial now is the identity of the taker. And it is Liverpool's captain. They have a wretched penalty record, particularly on this ground. They've missed their last two here. Gerrard, though, finds the corner and adorns his 300th Liverpool game with a goal which may well bring their first away win of the season in the English Premier League. Liam Ridgewell, though, showing the contrast of emotions.
Well, you saw players in the box there. As the ball was struck, there must have been 3 players in the box, and that's where 1 week a referee can give a decision and make a player take it again, and another week the inconsistency. But credit Gerrard with the perfect calm, composure of a top player. Could be a great week for Liverpool. 3 clean sheets.
Here's Gerrard again, fed through for Crouch. Crouch goes down. The challenge was from Gareth Barry. He's not going to give that one. Barros. Hendry. Zenden did enough. Hendry did well, though. Milan Barros. And hell, hope you got part of it, enough of it. Kuehl. Now Finnan. Harry Kuehl. Zenden. This is nice from Liverpool. Kuehl wants it back. Dreadful.
That's where you feel sorry for Crouch. Early delivery, Crouch has a chance. Ball coming towards him. Don't think there's any problem there. Barry in a good covering position. But Villa will rue the fact that they woke up in this game a little bit late. And even then, the critics could say that they haven't tested Reina enough. Indeed, it's difficult to recall Reina having to pull them out of trouble.
It was out before Melberg got to it. Liverpool throw.
Changes the whole complex of the mood of David O'Leary. It's you know, if this stays as a home defeat, they're in a poor position.
Just 2 points above the bottom 3, 2 places above the bottom 3 with other sides to play later. Harry Kuehl's lost a boot. Steve Bennett had no doubt when Ridgewell and Crouch tangled. Pointed straight, without hesitation, to the spot. Melberg. Delaney.
I will retain my belief that it was a harsh decision, because the ball wasn't in Crouch's possession. I don't think the ball would have reached Crouch. He was already forward of the ball.
Here's McCann. Lost it rather tamely in the end to Xavi Alonso. And here's Gerrard, marauding forward. Crouch has pulled away a little. There's Melberg. Ridgewell.
I quite like that. I think Gerrard genuinely there was trying to give Crouch an opportunity where he might have gone on and shot in the first place.
Here's Kuehl. Crouch is central again. Out came that long limb, but not quite enough. This time it might be. Quite a block, and then Xavi Alonso seals it for Liverpool. 2 in 4 minutes late in the game. Liverpool heading for the top half of the Premier League table, at least for the time being. Aston Villa crestfallen.
Well, a penny for the goalkeeper's thoughts. Good break by Gerrard. Nice early ball in. Crouch did well to get to the near post. Then he was regretting that he couldn't quite get to that first. And then he was very proud that Alonso finished it fiercely into the net. But Crouch did well. He's made a definite contribution there. Last-ditch tackle. Alonso firm and clean past the unfortunate Sorensen, who has been a good player for Villa today.
Liverpool are heading back up the motorway with all 3 points.
In summary, it was a game that never really took off until about 20 minutes after half-time, when both teams opened out and showed a lot more ambition. Liverpool have been more solid than Villa defensively, a very well-organised offside trap, particularly in the first period. And I just feel that in the end they just had that little bit more creativity, and I have felt that they have shaded the game, but they haven't inspired me with their performance. And of course Villa at the moment, the home team, are rather backs to the wall performance.
Liverpool win away in the Barclays English Premier League for the first time this season. But for Aston Villa, the misery deepens. The goals that decided the game coming very late. David O'Leary sensing at least a point until 6 minutes from time, when Steven Gerrard marked his 300th Liverpool appearance with his 51st goal from the penalty spot. And then Xabi Alonso available in the penultimate minute of the 90 to slash in a loose ball from the edge of the penalty area after Crouch had been denied. And it gave added gloss to Liverpool's victory. Applause from the travelling supporters, who see their side, for the time being at least, move into the top half of the English Premier League table. Full-time score at Villa Park: Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 2.